My name is Rey Lucero, and my journey starts with a quote: make the best out of every situation.
In the eyes of his grandfather, Rey was simply a youthful, smart, and rambunctious 8-year-old boy. His only grandson and the obvious favorite, the two of them had an unbreakable bond. Unfortunately, after his grandfather lost his battle with cancer, Rey's battle through life began.
The first time I smoked weed was after my grandfather died, and I was only 8. Eventually, it became a regular habit after dealing with my family issues. Regardless of what was happening in my life, I still managed to keep straight A's in school. Although looking back on it, I wasn't challenged. The school was boring. I just didn't really know the need to be there.
By 8th grade, Rey was fed up. Constant ditching, hanging with the wrong crowd, and doing drugs became his regular schedule. Consequences included everything from suspensions to trespassing tickets and fines from court appearances. But Rey was fearless and only concerned about his reputation.
I knew since I was underage, the worst they could do to me was just give me a slap on the wrist. My probation officer continued to give me chance after chance, but I continued to violate my probation, which led to 1 year at the Montview Youth Correctional Facility.
Rey spent a little over 1 month at Montview Youth Services Center, a secure, multi-purpose institution operated by the Division of Youth Corrections.
Initially, I felt like the rules, schedules, and responsibilities at Montview were just weird. Quickly, I became used to them, and sometimes it was even comfortable, living there because the tasks were so easy and the expectations were so low. I assumed things would be the same once I transferred to Family Tree Gemini.
Rey was sent to Gemini as the next step to transition smoothly back into his home. I remember he had a tendency to keep to himself and not participate in the drama. But Rey did attempt to skate by and do the bare minimum of what was asked of him.
At the beginning of my stay at Gemini, I felt like things were going to be easy, and on the outside they were. I followed the rules, I did the chores, and I made some friends there. But at the same time, the staff were challenging me to think about my actions, but also my reactions.
We quickly saw a change in Rey. He responded very well to a structured environment. He went from playing it safe to being open to explore and take healthy risks. Most importantly, you could really see that Rey felt safe and could finally be himself.
It's still with me today. My advocates would always say to me, don't forget to make the best out of every situation. This was a simple idea to me, and so basically made sense to me. Yeah, it helped me realize, I wanted something more in life, and I could be happy without getting into trouble.
Rey had learned a powerful skill. He was taking time to process every situation, weigh his options, and make the best decision for him, rather than worrying about what other people might think.
Somehow I found out following the rules can actually be fun. At Gemini, we received honor points for participating in school, following the treatment program, or just going for above and beyond, helping with chores or just extra things around the place. I actually received a lot of honors points. I spent a lot of time in the honors closet. I got a lot of stuff.
Rey spent a lot of time in the honors closet. In addition, residents on honors are able to stay up a half hour late and get to play things like video games or watch TV. These rewards were very important to Rey and really helped give value to his hard work.
Rey had reached his goal, and based on his positive progression at Family Tree Gemini, he was able to return to his family's home after 4 months.
Returning home was great. I actually got to go back to my old school, spend a lot of time with my family, and just get back on my old life. But unfortunately, my old life led into my old values, which eventually led into more bad decisions.
The headline read, "Teen in a Coma After High-Speed Chase." A bad decision gone worse left Rey in a coma for a month, followed by a face made of artificial bone, multiple dislocations, 7 blood clots, a fractured skull, brain damage, a severed optic nerve, and a 4-year sentence for vehicular homicide. A friend died, and Rey was charged as an adult.
Our focus at Family Tree is to provide client-centered advocacy that will prepare our clients for real-world and future situations. We often don't keep in touch with the youth that pass through Gemini, but we do hope that we've left them with something useful.
I did not forget what I learned at Gemini, but my experiences made the lessons so much more relevant. I wanted more for myself, and I made a promise that when I reached my goal and was back on my feet, I would thank them for the lessons learned.
It took a minute for me to remember who Rey was when he first called. However, when he told me about his rap sessions with one of the staff at Gemini, I remembered right away. He explained that he was calling not only to thank the staff for what they had done for him, but he was also calling because he wanted to come back to Gemini and maybe present to some of the residents about his experiences in hopes that they would learn something valuable.
Today, Rey and his father are equal partners in 2 businesses focused on construction, remodeling, and renovation. Business is going well, and Rey recently purchased his own home.
My name is Rey Lucero, and I'm grateful for Family Tree and for how they truly care for their clients, because lessons last for a lifetime. Thank you, Family Tree, for everything.